Welcome Capricorn to your love reading for October the 1st to the 7th of 2018. So let's see what's going on with you in love for Capricorn. So the 1st to the 7th of 2018 for energy pressure towards Capricorn, Capricorn response, advice, outcome, Capricorn. Okay. So we have here, there is a disappointment, so extreme frustration or bitterness between you and your love interest or current romantic partner. Now, either one of you could be dealing with the loss of somebody, separating from them, not really being happy where you are under the same roof, or just not really communicating in the same kind of way or on the same level. So being playful might not be something that comes naturally this week between both of you. Everybody, you can flip that around, you know, try to turn the energy around, try to turn it up a bit. But I feel like there's something that you're dealing with that's kind of heavy for you, all right, for you both. Now, person coming towards you, they might be responding to you or trying to text you. It could be a text, phone call, maybe even a talks about coming to travel towards you to come see you. Some of you might only have that access where you would like to be around them, you know, physically to have fun, but they're only texting you. They're a long distance away, or they're bogged down by something else with another person. So it just depends. If they're not texting you or calling you, it might be that they're talking to someone else, which is an indication of you intuitively knowing that this is going on and it's very frustrating to you. And maybe the other person that you're talking to, they don't want to talk about what's frustrating you or frustrating someone else so much. They don't want to talk about that they're doing that, but that's something that they might be doing. So depends on what side of the equation that you might be on. Now, your response, it seems that you might stress about wanting to be a bit closer to them, that you don't get enough of their attention, that you don't feel like they are really with you and that they might be with somebody else. So this is an indication of maybe, you know, this week you're wanting to be closer and the other person might be wanting to do other things and talk to other people, or to entertain another person, but you might be stressed out about that. All right. Now, your advice, it tells you to maybe disconnect if you can't make changes with them on an energetic or emotional level. It tells you to kind of focus on things with career. Now, I'm not sure if you work together with that particular person and you might want them to be by your side, you know, at times, but I feel like this is usually focusing on someone that you might be around, tapping into your own energy. This is an earthly element, and making sure that you devote more passion to your career. All right. Now, the outcome, it's almost like you do this, you disconnect, you do your best to do that, and it brings about the sadness that we just spoke about, and then you kind of turn around and just wondering whether or not they're going to pop up you know, towards you, or open up, or express themselves, or when are they coming around. Will they really follow through on maybe a plan to come see you, or to travel to come see you, maybe a plane trip or whatever it might be. And I feel like a lot of you might be waiting around for things to change, and it might not move all that quickly because something has been ended. You know, you might have ended something or addressed something, all right, and it does take time for that to kind of click in the other person's mind on what you actually need. So you might have the opportunity to express something. If you don't, there might be some other things that the other person is doing. So I'll clarify the sun in reverse for Capricorn. So it seems like there are different things. Maybe you, if you're separated from somebody, you might be receiving accolades in other areas of your life, like career, even attention from other suitors, and you're not sure where the attention is coming from or why it's coming from them. And some of you might even be scared, like, you know, am I completely single, or is this other person going to come towards me? Because they might be you might be feeling like they're drifting apart or drifting away from you. So it brings about some kind of depression where you see them floating away. That's what just kind of came to me just now. So some of you might be feeling that way. And your partner, they might be getting attention, or someone else is into them, more than one person, and you're not liking that too much, and you might ask them about that. You might bring it up. Here by the 8 of Wands for Capricorn. So that person could be with you or someone else, but I feel like they drunk text. They might whether they're drinking or drugs when they talk to you, or sometimes even losing their cool impatience because of what you ask or request of them. If you feel like something is off, they might respond to you very harshly. So be careful about that. All right, not really be careful, but just be prepared if they might be in an argument or confrontation with somebody else or with you because you asked or said something to broach a topic, right? And clarify the so when this is coming out, I feel like there is some isolation between both. All right, where whatever you say, or if you're waiting for them to come around, there seems to be like you're feeling alone, or even if they're around you in a way, you're feeling alone for some of you out there, and there's this desire to break free of feeling like this, but you can't really help it, and you're gonna have to kind of face it. I just told I think it was Scorpio, Leo, to deal with something like that if they feel like they have to wait for something to kind of change. Allow it to happen naturally. I feel for some, you're going to feel how you feel about something or someone, and just allow it to happen. So let's see messages for, so let me see, I'm going to look into another, let's see, the best advice for Capricorn for October 1st to the 7th. Again, it comes through money, opportunities. Focus on that this week, I feel, and that might be the barricade or what's keeping you apart or away from somebody else. Maybe that's going to make you happy, you know, to give you attention to something that just drives you. All right, so keep that in mind. So opportunities are going to come. Create your own in some way if you have something that you do and you would like to do or implement. And disconnect comes. There are no cup cards. So emotionally, someone is not available right now, and I don't feel like you're going to be able to really express yourself in a sensitive way, depending on what you might say, and neither is the other person. So keep that in mind. All right, let's see messages for Capricorn for October 1st to the 7th, 2018. I love. And attraction, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully, and a lot of you might feel like you need to make some changes around the home, you know, even with yourself, and things that you might do, the things you focus on, and even having a good time and allowing your partner to come in instead of asking for them to show up. Keep that in mind. Messages for Capricorn for October 1st to the 7th, 2018. And then you have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. This came up for like half of the signs. So I feel like there is a definitely with Venus in retrograde around this week. I feel like a lot of you are, maybe some things going to be postponed. You might have to review how you respond to certain people, how they respond to you, asking certain questions, kind of going over something again, but being patient as the energy is going to be kind of slow a bit. So you can't force it. You can't force someone to respond in a way that you would like to, but you can force what you choose to focus on, though. So I hope that the messages did help out in some way. Lots of love, lots of light to you, tons of healing vibes. I wish you the best, and you can always go to the website, psychicloveheals.com, to schedule something for you. Have a good one.